Hi everyone, welcome back to Daisy Poppet's Farm. I'm Kaz, and in today's video I'm going to show you how I make a quick and easy fig and walnut quick bread. Quick breads are breads, or rather cakes, that are chemically leavened with bicarb soda or baking powder. Quick breads can include products such as banana breads, pumpkin breads, pancakes, muffins. The list is quite extensive. But anyways, I'm going to show you this big mountain load of figs that a friend of mine got for me from a farm about an hour and a half away. This farm grows mainly avocados and figs and pomegranates. But anyways, I will show you the figs. Look at all these glorious figs. I'm only going to need about 250 grams of these baby figs, and I will also use probably maybe 4 of them cut into quarters just to put onto the top of the bread to give it just a little bit of a decorative touch. But anyways, let's get into this recipe. Just so that everybody knows, the recipe for the fig and walnut quick bread will be in the description below this video. And to get started, we need to set our oven to 180 degrees Celsius, or it's approximately 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The oven rack has been placed in the center of the oven, and I have also greased and floured a 24 centimeter by 13 centimeter by 6.5 centimeter deep loaf pan. I'm just going to pop this aside for now to show you what is in our quick bread. So in a large mixing bowl, I have combined 2 cups of plain flour, a cup of caster sugar, a teaspoon each of baking powder and bicarb soda, and half a teaspoon each of ground cardamom, ground nutmeg, ground cinnamon, and ground cloves. And I've also, if you can see this, I've also roughly chopped and then placed into this bag about 50 grams of walnuts. And then with the back of a meat cleaver, I've kind of bashed the bag a bit so that you've got like a meal-like consistency. I've done that partially because my husband really doesn't like nuts, and I just find also too, when you go to cut this quick bread into slices, it's going to be a lot easier to slice. So I'm just going to add the walnuts in and give that a mix just to incorporate that a little bit better. And I'm just going to leave what we call a well in the center. Now, with your wet ingredients, you have, in a smaller bowl, you want to combine half a cup of vegetable oil or canola oil, half a cup of milk and 3 eggs, and a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. So in your well of the larger bowl, you want to add that in like so. And at the same time that you put this in, you want to add 250 grams of chopped fresh figs that have had the stalks removed. Now you just want to combine, or rather fold, the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients like so, so that the dry ingredients are just combined. You just want to keep folding in. Oops, sorry, bumped the camera. trying to eliminate any flour from being seen. It's a bit awkward doing it this way. So you just want to kind of, like, as I said, you only just want to incorporate the mixture through. If you over mix it, you might end up with a tough tasting cake. So there's a little bit more down the bottom. Rightio. Now I just want to bring that pan back, and I find the quickest way to deposit the butter into the cake pan is using an ice cream scoop, like so. So what you have to do is scoop up your batter and just use the ice cream scoop lever to deposit your batter. If you do see any flour, just kind of like work that flour into the batter. Oops. As I said, having the little camera there is a little bit awkward. I need to work on how to fix that up. When I'm making cakes and biscuits and stuff like that, I always have like a little plastic scraper on hand, so it's easier. You can scrape down your bowl and you can make sure that you get the last bits of your batter. Fingers. Now just to even out the cake batter, just tap it slightly on your bench, like so. Now this is going to be popped into the oven, which has already been preset at 180 degrees Celsius. The oven rack is in the center, as I mentioned before, and we will come back in about 45 minutes to see whether or not the cake has been baked. Okay, I've just taken the fig and walnut quick bread out of the oven, and to test to see whether or not it's done, you just insert a knife or a skewer into the cake, and if it comes out clean, it is done. And also a good indicator is that the loaf has come slightly away from the sides of the pan. I've placed the loaf onto a wire rack, and I would leave this on the wire rack for about 10 minutes before I attempt to take the loaf out of its pan. So I'll meet you back here in 10 minutes. Alrighty, the easiest way I find to remove a cake from the loaf pan is to grab a butter knife, like I've got here, and then you just run the butter knife along the edge of the pan. You just follow that along, go all the way around, just to kind of loosen the loaf from its pan, like so, all the way. And then I take another wire rack and place the wire rack on top of the like so, and then with my fingers underneath the bottom wire rack and your thumbs on top of the top wire rack, like so. Just flip it over remove the top wire rack and then take off the loaf pan like so. Then bring back that other wire rack and flip over again. And there you have it. And I would let this fig and walnut cake, or fig and walnut quick bread rather, completely cool before you slice into it. I would use a serrated bread knife like this one, a long serrated bread knife, to slice the quick bread, and you could serve it at any time, morning tea, afternoon tea, or we like to have it with custard for dessert. And the quick bread would probably last in a airtight container for 2 to 3 days at room temperature, or you could freeze the fig and walnut loaf, fig and walnut quick bread, and I would wrap it in clingfilm and just put in the freezer, and that should last about 3 months in the freezer. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, just pop a comment in below, and that's it for now. Thank you for watching.